don't know what I've been through.
What you've been through?
My wife threatened to divorce me, okay? I almost lost my kids.
Yeah, that's what happens when you up.
You don't have to accept my apology. I wanted to say it, okay?
You really want to atone for your sins? Tell everyone here you stole drugs and got kicked out of the ED because of it. Until then, stay out of my way.
That Santos Langdon scene in 211 was so, so good. And the thing is, like, he apologizes. He says he's like atoning. He's been punished. But as she points out, like, you know, not everyone knows what he did. And not just that, though. He wasn't the senior resident that she needed him to be on her first day there. So with all that in mind, does she see any part of his apology as sincere in what she needed to hear?
I don't think that even necessarily matters to her in that moment. I think what I love about the scene is it is two very imperfect people with two very imperfect sides of the story, with two very imperfect solutions. I mean, her saying, like, you should tell everyone, that's not necessarily a perfect solution either, because that's kind of crazy to tell an addict, like, out yourself to everyone. That's crazy. But also, it's because of her experience of how she has felt so, like, it sucks to be the person keeping someone else's secret. But that's also, like, I think such a testament to her. You know, people can be like, oh, she's so evil all the time. And it's like, she kept his secret. Like, that's, how bad can she really be? Like, she could have been like, he was a addict and like start talking about it, but she's not. And I think it's also because they're very similar. Like, they're both addicts in their own way. I mean, we've seen that she is dealing with self-harm tendencies. She has for so long. That is a form of addiction. And like, they are two sides of the same coin. And I think his apology, it's not even if it was genuine, I think she still, so much anger has been pent up that I think there was no way it was going to go well. But I also don't think that that means it won't go well in the future. I think that first meeting is just so charged that she's had so much anger and sadness about it. And so does he. I mean, he's coming in obviously very, like, I'm sorry, he's apologizing and he's making his steps, but you see her also chip away at him as well. You can see the bubbling underneath the surface, the anger that she brings out in him, because as much as he is going through the steps, he's not completely reformed. Who is? Like, that's just not how addiction recovery works. And I think really, no matter what, it was going to be an icy first day together. But I also think, like, there is hope in the future for them to, if they can both just like drop their bullshit a little bit, they could work really well together. They could be fine. But I think it just takes time.
How was filming that scene? Because that was like 10 hours of build up on screen to that scene.
No, we were so excited about it because, you know, so much of the show, and it's of course so important. So much of the show is a lot of medical jargon and very technical medical stuff, and that's really awesome. But also, you know, we're actors and we love to have scenes where our characters are really having actual connection. And I think we were so excited to finally have a moment like that we were like, we have to really make the most of it. And our writer, Valerie Chu, she's incredible. And she was so collaborative, wanted to hear all of our opinions, and we kind of worked all together. And then Uda, our director of that episode, she is also so collaborative. And it's like, yeah, like, let's play. And we don't always have time for that because it's a very fast-paced show, the way we film it. But she was like, no, this is an important scene. We're going to take the time to like really work it out and craft the perfect moment. And so we got to do many, many takes of varying intensities. Like it started out a little more contained, and then it grew, and then she was like, you know what, like let him have it, like, and it exploded at a certain point, and then we had all of those versions, and so we didn't know which was chosen. We didn't see it, and we don't see the episodes in advance, so we saw it when the audience saw it, and I'm really happy with what version we got to, because I think it kind of perfectly encapsulates the tension there, because also they're in a hospital, they can't necessarily scream at each other, but it's hard not to have a bit of a blowout with all the tension that has been rising of like 10 episodes of them just like looking at each other from across the hospital, like seething.
You brought up the self-harm because we see the scars. Then also a couple of episodes ago, we see her picking up the scalpel and pocketing it. It seems like everything is just contributing to the stress and pressure that she's under right now. How is she doing when it comes to managing that and like just automatically going back to like, let me lean on something that I know I've used in the past when it comes to coping?
Yeah, I mean, that's it. She has, her ways of coping are not great. She has people trying to reach out to her and be her friend. She has, Whitaker trying to be her friend, but also at the same time, he's maybe going to leave. And I think really what triggers that immediate need for, the panic of like, I need something right now, and grabbing the scalpel is all of the compounding things of, okay, we have Langdon coming back, who the last time I saw him, he screamed at me, "You don't belong here." And now I have a friend leaving me who she's talked about in episode 15 of season 1. Her best friend took her own life. She's lost people, and being also a victim of abuse, like, I think she's just had it in her head that anyone she gets close to could either hurt her or leave her. And so seeing it all culminate in that and having that trigger of like, okay, here we go, yet another person hurting me, leaving me, hurting me, like it triggers that immediate need for a release. And I just hope she gets therapy. And yeah, and it's also like, as the audience, you're like, no, but like talk to him. Like if you actually talk to Whitaker, like it'll probably be fine. Just like share how you feel. But it's a show of imperfect people trying their best to cope, and failing a lot of the time, but it's beautiful.